Thank you, Edward and Samsung, and thanks to all of you for being here. You woke up this morning, right? And probably made yourself some coffee, read some news, or look at your email. Probably picked out your outfit for the day and looked at yourself in the mirror. Try to imagine doing all of this without the ability to see. I bet you a lot of these things would be almost impossible, not to mention very frustrating. Those are the challenges that people who are visually impaired face every day. And these challenges are similar to the ones that this American veteran, Ronald Sand, faces every day. Let's hear from Ronald.
My name is Ronald Sand. I'm 82 years old, and I live here in Turlock, California. I have a severe macular degeneration. As I got up to 77 years old, I noticed my eyes getting a little bit weak. This eye, right from the center, just started to close like a shade and went down. And I thought, what in the world's happening? I finally found a doctor. They took pictures of my eyes and said they couldn't help me. Before my eyes really got bad, I had all types of activities. I was in the construction part of the Navy. I farmed 50 acres of almonds, preparing the ground and repairing my harvesting equipment. I had a full life. I live in a fog. Progressively, it got worse and worse. It brought a lot of depression.
Now, I can tell you thousands of other stories like Ronald Sand, and probably some of you have similar stories that you've heard of as well. There are more than 200 million people around the world who are visually impaired. And unfortunately, this problem is growing. As the population is aging, there are more low vision people or visually impaired people out there. So what is low vision? The American Academy of Ophthalmology describes low vision as significant visual loss that cannot be corrected by wearing glasses or contact lenses. Medication or even surgeries don't help. People with low vision will sometimes have blind spots, restricted visual fields, and some other complications. In the United States alone, there are 500,000 new cases each year of low vision. So what causes low vision? There are more than 30 different eye conditions that cause low vision. The leading cause in the United States is macular degeneration, in which the person loses the central part of the vision, which provides most of the details as we see. Retinitis pigmentosa is another eye condition that leads to peripheral vision loss. And more than 300 million people around the world who have diabetes are at risk of having diabetic retinopathy at some point in their life, and their world looks something like this. It should come back in a few minutes. And you know, these are, and what happens for a low vision person is that they are left with some patches, some islands of vision, but it's not enough for them to live day to day. You know, all of these are technical details. Let's humanize this for a minute. Think about a family member. Think about your mom or some grandma who loves spending time with kids and friends, who loves doing crossword puzzles, baking. And now imagine if her vision goes away suddenly. She'd be devastated because all the things that she loved doing are just now have become a struggle. And even worse, the things that she needs to be able to do every day to live independently, such as cooking, reading her pill bottle, paying bills, etc., become a real challenge. So as a result, a low vision person they start shutting down. They become more depressed, more dependent on others. And while low vision hits the elderly the hardest, let's not forget another very important group, the children. There are hundreds of thousands of kids who are born with hereditary eye conditions that at some point in their childhood will take their vision away. And did you know that 80% of the child's learning happens through visual information? Now imagine the impact on their development, on their entire life, when that gets restricted to 1/8 or 1/6 of their ability. Now, what if I told you that there is a way to help more than 200 million people around the world who are currently low vision? Well, that's why I'm here today. IrisVision has built the technology that can help the low vision people, the legally blind people, see again. In fact, studies show that our technology can help more than 85% of the people living with low vision around the world. IrisVision is truly life-changing for people. They are able to put on our headset and they're able to start seeing and start functioning day to day. Are we having trouble with the? Okay, I'm gonna carry on, I think. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to tell you, how does IrisVision work? So remember what I said about people with low vision having some islands of vision still available or some patches of vision? That is what we work with to help them see once again. We have taken Samsung's smartphone and the virtual reality headset and we have turned it into electronic glasses for the blind. What our software does is that it's essentially reverse engineering for the various eye conditions that cause low vision. What happens through this magic of software and hardware combined is that we remap the image that's in front of the patient onto the functioning part of their retina. And we do this by funneling this information through the parts of the visual system that is still intact. And the result is that somebody like Grace, who's 12 years old, lost her vision to Stargardt's, she's able to sit in a regular classroom and read the whiteboard. Blake, another kid who lost his vision at 17, is able to go to college because he has IrisVision. I met with this man in DC during one of my trips, Kevin. He was unable to operate outside at all because of a cone rod dystrophy. He just does not see anything when there's light out. With IrisVision, Kevin tells us that he's able to coach his son's soccer team. He's able to operate in the daylight again. And then there's John. At 70, he thought his life was over when he had age-related macular degeneration. He wanted to travel. He wanted to do things in his garage with the projects that he had planned. With AMD, he was really devastated. He thought his life was over. John is able to do projects in the garage. He actually sent us a picture of him, working on his neighbor's car. He's excited. He's traveling. I also want to mention Abe, another user of our technology. He's 97 years old. Abe is able to read newspaper again. He can set his thermostat so his daughter doesn't have to come and help with that anymore. These are stories of changing lives with technology. So how did we build IrisVision? We selected Samsung as a partner because they provided the state-of-the-art technology in the smartphone. We got the camera, the best chipset, a brilliant screen, mounted in the virtual reality headset. We assembled a team of vision experts from some of the top universities, including Stanford, Johns Hopkins, and UC Berkeley. We were awarded a grant from the National Eye Institute that allowed us to validate what we were building actually worked for the patients. So we were paired up with a team at Johns Hopkins University where we had access to patients, and we validated our technology every step of the way. How well does it work? To understand this, we took a sampling of about 600 of our devices from the thousands of customers that are out there, and we interviewed many of our patients as well. We found that IrisVision works for kids as young as 8 years old, and we have users out there who are over 100 years old. How cool is that? Technology that can serve such a broad range of demographic. And we were building it. We knew that we are trying to solve a problem for one of the most challenging demographic. Not only that they're visually impaired, but a majority of the population is also elderly. Some of them have never owned a smartphone. So it was important to build an experience and the support system around it that would help them open the box, press one button, put on their electronic glasses, and start to function once again. While doing our patient study, we also found out that IrisVision works for more than 16 different eye conditions that cause low vision. And we're working on solving for the remaining eye conditions that are there. IrisVision works for a broad range of vision loss. Somebody who is, say, has 20/40 vision is using IrisVision, and somebody who has 21,000 level of visual acuity is using IrisVision as well. And what's also another interesting thing to note is from the day they get their IrisVision, the usage of the device goes up almost 300% the next few weeks. And we ask why. If you think about it, all of us with our smartphones, once we first got it, there were one or two things we were doing with it. Once we started learning other uses of the device, we're spending more and more time, and the same thing is happening with our users out there. Take a look at this. What is it that they do with IrisVision? They're going out shopping, they're attending sporting events. This is a picture of one of our customers watching a game. They are seeing friends and family. Really, their life is coming back to them. Imagine the grandmother I described in the beginning, right? When you take away things that she loves doing, she's bored, she's devastated, she's depressed at home. But now customers using a device describe it as life-changing, and they're trying to do all the things they can. Lanny, who's one of our customers, described to us that before IrisVision, he would go to support his son at his football game, and he would cheer when everybody else was cheering, not being able to see what was really happening. With IrisVision, he can actually see his son catch the ball, and that means everything to him. John Leake told us, at 70, he said, I can see so well that I can clip my own nails now, so I don't need to ask my son to come help me with things like that. He's living more independently. He's feeling better about himself. So, with this technology, we have restored sight for thousands of people, but there's more. Low vision people are not just restricted from seeing faces and operating around the house or going to market to do some shopping. They're also restricted from the massive world of applications that exist. I was traveling with one of my colleagues, Tom, who has been low vision for more than 30 years. And, Tom, when he went to the beach, he would put on his IrisVision, and he's just standing there just staring. And he's like, Ammad, do you know how long has it been that I actually saw the waves, people walking by the beach, the birds flying? I wish I could just capture this and bring it back with me and relive this once I get back home. And what most of us do, we will take out our phone, take a picture, and we'll go home and we'll share. Low vision people cannot do that because they cannot operate the smartphone the same way we do. So IrisVision is providing that accessibility layer that'll open up the world of apps and rich content to this community that's been denied access to the world. So after a couple months of hearing this from Tom, IrisVision released the photo gallery and camera feature. Now all of our customers are able to take pictures and save their memories and go back and revisit them again. Not only that, we introduced YouTube streaming. So a grandma who's 85 and lost her vision, with one touch of a button, she can put on a headset and say, play some cute baby videos for me or cat videos. We've been told thousands of our customers are now spending a lot of time watching videos. Not only they can function during the day, they can also access the rich world of content. So where do we go from here? I want to tell you there's more. We're really excited about this partnership with Edward and Samsung's team. In Samsung, we have found a technology leader who can take what we have done for thousands of people so far to millions around the world for them to see better and to live more fuller lives. IrisVision team is focused on adding some very cool features. Imagine Facebook becoming available to all their grandmas and grandpas, right? Does anybody know, a mom or grandma enjoying Facebook and videos, all of that? I know my mom's spending a lot of time. So this will make all of the low vision grandmas and grandpas also access social media and streams. IrisVision is also focused on building vision-related diagnostic and therapeutic applications. We believe now that we have access to this community, we can monitor their visual health at home, and we can connect them back with their care providers through our telemedicine platform, so we can reduce the number of trips they have to make to the clinic. with Samsung, we're excited because Bixby's AI, the Knox framework, will allow us to make our platform more secure and scalable. And before I finish, I want to tell you I received an email only recently from a lady who's 35 years old. And she wrote in that email that once upon a time, she wished that somebody would make a device. She lost her vision when she was in her 20s. And she said that once upon a time, she wished that somebody would make a device that when she would put on her eyes would help her see again. Recently, she got her IrisVision. She put it on, and she was able to see her children's faces. And she could even read the writing on their T-shirts. And she wrote to us that, to her, that was proof that her prayers have been heard. I want to show you what IrisVision means to people like Ronald Sand and others like him that are living in a world of, that's like a thick fog of low vision.
I put it on, and there was no fog. It was like a normal day. And I thought, wow.
A whole new life opened up for me because of the fact that I could actually see things.
Y'all don't understand when you can't see, being able to see.
For the patients to find a device that actually is going to give them improved vision, it just shows a lot of hope.
The very first time that I got my goggles, I pushed the button and saw my cousins' faces. It was pretty incredible.
I looked at the reading chart, and I think he mentioned 20/40 vision. It was pretty amazing to be able to see like that.
To me, IrisVision is life-changing.
Now that I have the IrisVision, I can do just about anything I did before. It's a real gift to be able to see again.
I want to thank all of you. I'm happy to take some questions.